Anne-Adele Wight, and I'm going to read from House Arterial. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can, I'm the opera house, nor mouse, nor moose, nor hoose. I'm species opera, variety rogue, I'm the opera house, catch me if you can. I'm gingerbread, but not. My balcony white sugar, my pediment candied fruit. Carousel if you look hard enough. Opera house benediction hazard, catch me if you can. Surprise bite into black pebble, ionized context your own dumb luck. Release actinide panoply inside your mouth. Stone furiously opera house in circles round blackberry bush. Angular momentum had nothing on this. Dark energy accelerates the universe. Sun maps itself over a street corner where vision crosses the line of opera house. On-screen vector modeling expansion. What physics does to your mind is a flannel shirt. The best jewels in your collection are exploding slowly. Light from the opera house moves at its own speed, bending the horns of space. If it runs like a horse, you're shaped like a saddle. Meteors fuel the construction industry. We're all made of sunset, Milky Way and iron cogwheel, alpha, omega, sandblast. Your cells fly apart, filling you with space. Can you stretch around the opera house and see yourself? The usual commute. Brightness down Leafy Street is a supernova. Atoms race in their own directions, runaway cattle. Opera house keeps moving in and out of existence. Dark matter isn't something we can take home and soak. The best cells in your collection are exploding slowly. What physics does to your mind is a solar wind. Omega. Dark energy drives the opera house into your face. Ritual particles. Amazonian interstitial. Opera house in steaming rain brushes the equator with acoustic white. Sound waves catching on treetops. Patience rears like ice under a grate. A lights in riverbank red smear. Denial made manifest as a hatchet. So much for your rainforest high swing. Promised boat sails upriver, leaving you in opera house current. Best laid plans and all that signage fall down besieged. Research doomed without your autonomic signal. Patience fractures like breakout ice from a calved glacier. Opera house interstitial. Amazon pours through windows onto upper balcony. All its equatorial horses let loose in song. Disjoint forest canopy. Venomous cradle. Spice Island insomnia. Opera house reinvents itself as a slab of ginger, sliding under your pillow. Now your bedroom's finned like a 747. What happens when you take sleep for granted? Leaping all night on a raft of questions. What were you thinking? Laid open to an intangible minute per square inch. Opera house's oracle unleashes dark muzzle among geese. Takes you down rusted pathways to the end of light. It's not light, it's leftover gold wrapping paper. Happy till time ends on a flat island. Insomnia perfume tastes mortal, but you're not supposed to mention that. Opera house is such a slut for fake light. Gastropub. Opera house lands back street in a 3-axle town, thinking it's prom night. Parks half on the sidewalk to comb its translucent wings. Colors chase each other up its windows, more fun than a light-emitting diode. Across the street she points from an evolving gastropub. He peers through fried oysters at a bus lying on its side. She's been looking for green eyes in corners and not telling him, but there's the opera house. Every eye in the room suddenly green, and she can ignore pig-shaped blotches on brick wall. Opera house across the street ripples gastropub light into hard cider. She never went to her prom, but now she wants silver sandals, and there's the opera house, more fun than a disco ball and sexier, chasing visible spectrum up and down its windows. He tells her she's had too much to drink and it's a bus accident. What green eyes did to her then was more than a trick of light. That smell always of turmeric on fire. Lady. Opera house paddles across her dressing table on duck feet. She's awake to possibilities of red and green that make up her face. It's not her city anymore. She still owns mother-of-pearl glasses. After it rains, her dresser reflects theaters from across town. Indecision recalibrates as traffic, leveling importance. She can't make up her mind without the opera house. Outside her dialect, lungs burst at the turn of a crank. Opera house shapeshifts into red disk. She looks through it to the crater she calls heaven. Infinity something she keeps in a box of loose powder. Sometimes she'd rather die on all cylinders. Her mirror conjures smoke from an iron bucket. She sinks her hands in cream, goes out later with the opera house on her shoulder. Nothing left of her apartment but one door and 7 oceans. The last color is cobalt blue, not black. Window plants turn to acid green water spouts, opera house live ember in doorway, presence heady as jello shots. Dissolve communicates backward to hydrogen, toxic ultrasound hammering all night. Only the opera house could cast a sage blue light over cobalt waste. What to make of this tableau? Tragedy or spiral? How we love it between dice, where things pretend to happen. Future conceived as a sequence of black chandeliers, obsidian glide. Boxes open into opera house with tattooed eyes. Veering off course, we suppose for a reason, crowing like a coach inside a jeweled egg. Lake Erie Wind Farm. Opera house landing in a wind farm near Lake Erie offers music in trade for bladed folklore, what it knows of song. Wind passing over cows echoes munificence, touches opera house in a new place. Turbine wind, upended lake effect. First crush reels opera house in a glacial spiral, undone by knee flow of cows passaging through grass. Low on horizon, a silver circle oscillates to the turn of blades. Opera house balancing in wind as ring chimes, not so. Opera house, why have I never been in love? Opera house, silver bears witness to immediate undertaking. Opera house, if this were chess, what would be my next move? Spinal rattle from deep in orchestra pit. Opera house, when I listen to myself, I hear empty paint cans. Opera house, no experimental variation can survive on its own. Opera house, when the world ends, this place will be first or last. Thank you.